for entertainment purposes only. And if you want true legal advice, contact your own lawyer.
People who use Facebook are, you all know about the technology where your name can pop up in a picture if Facebook recognizes it and it sends you something saying, hey, this looks kind of like you. And they have this facial recognition app, the facial recognition technology that Facebook uses. The state of Illinois passed a law that outlawed that. The use of that kind of technology because they said it could be used to invade some security software and invades the right to privacy. Well, a group was suing Facebook, filing a class action lawsuit, and Facebook filed a motion to dismiss for failure to certify the class, and the judge overseeing the trial dismissed or dismissed the motion, denied the motion, and certified the class. It went up on appeal to the Ninth Circuit, and this last week the Ninth Circuit basically said, yeah, the judge got it right. The case should not have been dismissed. And when they did that, they looked at two things. They looked at whether the statutory provisions of the law outlawing the facial recognition were established to protect concrete interests, and they felt that prong was met. And they also, the second one that they looked at was whether or not the harm associated with this facial recognition technology whether people were presented a material risk of harm. And the court felt that that burden has been met, and so they said it was okay for them to justify the class. Now, when we started this episode of Radio Law Talk in our first hour, I talked about a facial recognition app that I was running, and I have been running it the entire time, by the way. It is a biometric app. Now, we're talking here in the case about the getting pictures and biometric technology. I am running a biometric app that actually does facial recognition on everyone. I also have an associated storage device that can actually protect that, and it is 100% legal. Now, I'm looking around our studio here, and I see iPhones. I've got my iMac. I think Cal's using an iPhone back there. It's not on my phone. The app is called iSight. Okay, and everybody's got it. It's called iSight. The storage device is called a camera, also known as a camera, and I use it every day. I recognize Fred's face because I can see Fred, and Fred has made his face known to the public. I'm looking at Denise's face. I can see Denise's face, and I recognize that because the app iSight is working. I can see Cal, and it is working. And if I took a picture of all of you right here, as we have done here today, and even posted to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, the device has worked. And that is how this technology works. And so my opinion of this case and the law in Illinois is that it goes too far because you're trying to protect something that people, by their very nature, have made public. Your issue is not with the identification. Your issue that apparently this law has is the ease by which thousands of pictures can be viewed really quickly. But any human can do that just by using their eyesight.
And where does it end?
Yes,
this is a slippery
exactly.
slope, and that's why I do. And again, I'm not a lot of times we fight Facebook. They don't fight them, but we say, hey, they should not be doing this or that. But this one I worry about a little bit because this is a slippery slope.
And I'm going to argue in favor of this.
Sure.
I am going to say that it's because Facebook stores the data. And actually, people have access, and businesses and worlds and countries, and everybody has access to that data, that data can be taken off of Facebook and utilized for criminal reasons that can harm people and certainly violate their privacy.
Good idea. Good thought.
And my response is, Facebook is not out there taking the pictures. It's only stored by Facebook because somebody uploaded a picture to Facebook with your information on it. Most of the time by you. You posted a picture to Facebook. You posted a picture to Twitter. You posted a picture there. The images that are on Facebook, Twitter, wherever are there because you posted them. And there's no prohibition,
or
for example. Yes. If you're out in public and I have a camera, I can come and take pictures of you. There's no prohibition on that. You can tell me not to, and if I'm nice, I won't. But I look at it the same way that law enforcement look at a warrant. What can law enforcement get under the expectation of privacy? Well, they can get your fingerprints without your consent. Not from you, but if you touched something and left a fingerprint there, I can go and get that. I can go and get that fingerprint off the glass that you touched.
In fact, they do that all the time.
That's right.
They can force you to put your fingerprint to open your phone.
They can. But I'm not even talking about getting something from you, your involvement. I can get your DNA sample. If you have left it anywhere, epithelial cells left on a straw or hair sloughing off. If I can find it, I can get it. Exactly. If I can take a picture of it, I can get it. If law enforcement doesn't have the prohibitions on those expectations of privacy to get information that way, how come facial recognition, as long as it's something that's out in the public, is not protected?
Now I'm going to argue the other side
Sure.
of it, because
which is what makes this great.
Yes, it's the tagging of the names too, because now Facebook has a feature whereby people that do not necessarily want to have their name out there can be tagged by other persons, not themselves. And I think that this allows for any person to see that and know the person's name, and they're not a public figure. It shouldn't be out there like that. So I'm thinking that's also part of this lawsuit.
And I will say this in response. Facebook on the tagging has a feature where on your Facebook account, you can select, I do not want others to be able to tag me in their photos. So that nobody, first off, I can't, if you don't have a Facebook account and you're nowhere, I can't tag you in a photo. I can't say this is Denise if Denise doesn't have a Facebook account.
True.
And Denise can go into her Facebook account under the security measures and say, I don't want to allow anybody else to tag me, and I want to be informed if anybody tries so that I can authorize it.
And that's what I have. Yes.
So there are things there, but I agree with Fred. It's a slippery slope. It goes all the way down, and this can be very dangerous.
Where does it end?
And it's going to be certified as a class action.
It is.
And it's going to be big, deep pockets involved as defendants. And I think this is one to watch.
I agree. We'll see how that goes.
So I didn't know what swatted meant. Apparently, see, here's the deal. I'm not a big computer guy. I'm not a gamer, and I know Todd is to some degree. In fact, Todd has been on I'm going to say one very well-known WWE. What's it called?
It's WWE 2K19. I am Baron Blade.
So he knows what's going on. I have never heard of the Fortnite World Cup. Have you heard of that?
I have. Fortnite is a huge game, primarily because it was a free platform, and every kid and their dog was playing it. And they had this tournament where this one kid won $3 million.
Right.
And Fortnite's the thing that makes Fortnite such a unique game is each gameplay only takes no longer than 20 minutes to play before you start a new game because of the way the format is. Well, this guy was a very popular gamer. He won the $3 million. He has a Twitch account. Now, for those of you who don't know what Twitch is, it's like YouTube, Vimeo, but it's a specific service that is used a lot by gamers because your Xbox feed or your computer feed, the video of the game you're playing goes right out and is broadcast out, and you can do commentary over the top of it so people can follow along. Well, this kid was playing with some of his friends, and they had a lot of Twitch followers, and the next thing you know, there's a knock at his front door. He tells the followers that are watching him on Twitch, I'll be back in a second, and comes back after about 15 minutes and says, I just got swatted. And that's where somebody who was watching, who found out his address, called the local police department, posing as the kid, saying, I've shot my dad several times and I have my mom tied up in the basement. Well, of course law enforcement's going to respond with the SWAT team, which is why they call it swatting. His dad answered the door, and that's what happened.
So, in other words, what it is old-fashioned Fred Penney and Cal Hunter days. It's called prank calls, which we used to do. So the old-fashioned prank calls that we would do, like, hello, this is your local electrician. Yeah. Is your refrigerator running?
Yes.
Yes, it is. You better go run out and catch it then. So those things is what's called swatting nowadays.
And it has escalated.
Or you call them and say, hey, you better go get something's burning on your front porch. And they go and they stomp out a burning bag of
poop.
Yep.
That's right. Well, here's where it gets dangerous. A single father, I believe it was in Ohio, was the victim of swatting. When he answered the door, the SWAT team opened fire and killed him. and he had no idea that was what was going on. Another guy got 20 years for swatting. It was employed primarily by gamers who were playing. You'd be in a game, and somebody else would be really good kicking everybody's butt in the game, and you wanted to get him out of the game, so you'd swat him. He'd have to log off because of that, and then you could play against better competition.
An actual guy did that for getting beat. He got mad.
Yeah, that was Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah, he got mad.
And that's where it can get dangerous. We see, one guy lost his life as a result of it. It is illegal, so, watch your kids.
Go to the website, radiolawtalk.com. That's radiolawtalk.com.